All right, in this video, I'm gonna pull the dash frame and assembly out of my mom's 1972 Dodge Charger. We got the dash pretty much done on the blue 72 Charger and all back together. Rally dash looks beautiful in there. And now we're gonna do my mom's car. This one's got the standard dash in it, sweeper dash. It'll be a little bit different than the Rally dash, but I think it'll be very similar. In fact, I think it'll be simpler as well. And the second time around doing this, it should go a lot quicker, right? All right, let me show you the dash real quick. So you can see her dash pad is not as bad a shape as the one that was in the blue car, but it's not great either. So anyway, we'll get it out, get it off of the frame, grind all this down, fill in the gaps, and put a dash cap over it. I was able to buy a blue dash cap because this is a blue interior car. It looks a little dark on the top. It's probably kind of burnt, but that's blue. It's kind of a dark blue. Might be hard to see in the shadows there, but it's dark blue. We'll show you more close stuff when we get to that stage. For right now, it's just getting the whole assembly out of the car. I've already got the screws that hold the speaker cover in. I'm gonna pull that out. One of the nice things about the 71 to 74 generation is you could actually pull the dash frame out of these cars without pulling the windshield. So you see on the earlier generation, like that generation, the screws that hold the dash frame in go straight down and it's underneath the weather stripping. Whereas on this car, when you pull the speaker cover off, you can see these are actually at an angle coming in this direction. So the glass would be here. You could actually get in here and loosen these up, take this out without removing the glass. Kind of a nice, neat thing for this generation of car. I would call that an improvement. And to get these out, there is 4 of these on the top. And then if you've been following the videos when we installed the dash frame in that car, you know already. We gotta loosen these screws. These two take a 7/16, the ones on top take a 3/8 socket to get off. Once the top ones are out, the dash frame will tilt forward. We loosen these guys. It's like a fork that holds onto that bolt head, and then we'll be able to lift it off and then pull the whole dash frame out with all the electrical still installed for the most part. Speaking of which, I gotta pull all this electrical out and make sure it's all unplugged. What's up, buddy? What's that?
Perfect Circle.
Oh yeah, that's the other band Maynard's in. Yeah. You like it?
Yeah.
Okay.
A while ago, I was listening to it, and I swear I told you, and you didn't really say nothing about it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. I would have said, "Oh yeah, I know Perfect Circle." I must not have heard you or something. This guy is going to the emergency brake light. Cool. And then we gotta unplug all of these. This is going up to the dome light. You can see the yellow and pink goes up this way and goes to that guy. Oh, it's kind of crunchy. I think all of these guys are basically running down the rocker to the rear of the car. So we'd have our brake lights. Oh wow, I wonder, this looks like the speaker wire, which I would have thought ran down the, oh yeah, no, I guess that's right. I'm used to I'm used to looking at the dash from that direction. So yeah, this is the speaker wire that's going to go to the rear speakers. I think this is all taillight stuff here. So blinkers, brake lights, running lights. I'm not sure, but gray and black. Maybe that's the blower motor, rear defroster. This is all dimmer switch stuff. Yeah. This has gone to our dimmer switch. I think it's molded in, isn't it? Oh yeah, that's right. This is all one piece. And then this metal part, the switch itself unbolts or separates from the main piece. So we got to pull these screws out to get this piece out of here. It takes a 5/16 socket for these screws. In case you're wondering, that's the screw to the dimmer switch. Yeah, so you see how that's just sitting on top. Plugs in this way. Okay, I'm gonna disconnect the brake light switch. This is pink wire. I think it's actually white wire. This one's red here because the car had wiring issues in the past, and my dad actually put in this starter switch because I think the switch broke at the steering column. By the way, here's the rear window defogger. And there's this side. This is the passenger side. This is the heater box. It's pretty packed in here on this generation car. I need to put all this together on the other car as well. I'm not sure I'm going to run a factory box on that car, but if I do, this wire is brown. Brown comes in from this side. And then we've got this guy here. I guess it's pretty self-explanatory. Okay. I'm not going to take these out. You don't ever want to take these out because then everything will come crashing down. You just want to loosen it. Oh no. Does it just come out? Oh, okay. Just comes out like that. All right. What do we say?
Action.
Excellent. All right. Let's do this. Push it up like this just for a sec. All right, now we're gonna pull it towards you. Oh, see, it's the same problem. Those studs. Dang it. All right. I'm gonna pull your end up. Got some harness stuff here. Okay, it came off. I just want to show this. This guy was in here, which is snapped into the steering column support. Basically, pop this up to pull those out. And I gotta disconnect the vacuum lines that go over to the heater box. Pick up that end. Yeah, set it. Perfect. Thank you, son.
Welcome.
That was excellent. Okay. Appreciate the help. All right, I think that's enough for today. We've got the dash frame out of the white 72 Charger, my mom's car, and there's the dash. So we can start on that. I gotta move all of this stuff back over here, get that set up, and bring the Cornet back inside.